There is something coin dealers do not want you to know. And today, I am going to tell you anyway. Because what I have sitting in front of me right now, a 2013 Roosevelt Dime, looks so completely ordinary that most people would drop it into a tip jar without a second thought. You have probably held one of these. You have probably spent one of these. And here is the part that is going to stop you cold. The specific version of this coin that we are talking about today is not worth 10 cents. It is not worth $1. It is not worth anything close to what your brain is about to try and calculate. So before you do anything else, stay right here. Because what you are about to find out about this tiny dime is going to completely rewire the way you look at your pocket change. Forever. The 2013 Roosevelt Dime, in its rarest known form, has been valued by elite numismatic experts and serious private collectors at $75 million. $75 million for a dime. Let that actually land for a second. The average American home costs around $400,000. That means this single coin, this 10-cent piece, could buy you 187 homes. Or put it this way, if you worked a full career earning the average American salary, you would need to work roughly 1,000 years to earn what this coin is worth. And here's what I need you to understand before we go any further. This coin did not start its life in a vault. It started its life in a coin press in Denver, Colorado, moving down a production line with millions of other dimes, packed into bags, shipped to banks, dropped into cash registers, and handed to ordinary people as change. People like you. People exactly like you. Now, let me take you back to 2013, because the year matters here more than you might realize. America in 2013 was rebuilding. The economy was climbing slowly out of one of the deepest financial crises in modern history, and the Denver Mint was running at enormous production capacity, striking hundreds of millions of coins to meet the demand of a nation getting back on its feet. Workers were arriving every morning to a facility running multiple shifts, coin presses hammering planchets at thousands of strikes per hour, quality control teams moving fast under the pressure of daily quotas that left almost no room for hesitation. The noise inside that building on any given production day was overwhelming. The deep rhythmic clang of dies meeting metal, the hiss of mechanical arms, the constant movement of freshly struck coins rattling down sorting chutes. And it was inside exactly that kind of controlled, high-pressure, high-speed environment that something slipped through, something that was never supposed to leave that building. Here's the part that even experienced collectors sometimes miss about the 2013 Roosevelt Dime. The extraordinary version of this coin that commands its valuation carries one of the most dramatic double-die obverse errors ever documented in the Roosevelt Dime series. And when I say dramatic, I need you to understand what that actually looks like in your hand. On a normal Roosevelt Dime, Franklin Roosevelt's portrait is clean and sharp. His jawline is collar, the date, the word liberty, all crisp and singular. On this specific error coin, you can see a second complete impression of Roosevelt's profile, offset by a significant degree, almost like the coin was struck twice, but each time the die landed at a slightly different angle. The doubling is most visible along the ear, the collar line, and critically in a lettering of liberty directly above the portrait, under a 10-power loop, the kind you can find for about $15. This error is not subtle. It is bold. It is unmistakable. And the mechanical reason it happened is exactly what makes it so rare. A working die, through the extreme stress of millions of strikes, can develop a slight flex, a microscopic shift in its position during the hubbing process. And when that shift occurs at just the right moment during die production, the result is a die that carries two impressions of design at slightly different positions. Every coin struck from that die carries the error, but most of those dies are caught and pulled before they ever strike a single coin for circulation. This one was not caught in time. And here's the part that most people never find out. The specific combination of the double die error with the Denver mint mark on a 2013 D-dime in uncirculated condition is what separates this from every other known Roosevelt dime error in modern production history. The D mint mark itself on the finest known specimen shows signs of a repunched positioning from the hubbing stage, meaning you are looking at a coin with not one but two document production anomalies on the same piece. That is not something that happens in a catalog. That is something that makes auction rooms go electric. Have you ever watched a serious numismatic auction in person? Because the energy in that room when a coin like this comes to the podium is unlike anything you have experienced in a normal setting. These are not casual collectors waving paddles. These are people who have dedicated decades of their lives to understanding exactly what makes one coin worth 10 cents and another worth tens of millions. When a 2013 D Roosevelt Dime with full double die obverse and condition rarity hit the private collector market, the bidding did not start at face value and work its way up politely. It opened at a figure that would buy a luxury car and climb from there with a kind of ferocity that only comes when serious money meets genuine scarcity. The final number left the room absolutely silent for a long moment. And right now, at this very moment, someone watching this video might be holding one of these without having any idea what it is worth. That is not a figure of speech. That is a documented reality in this hobby. Now, here is what I want you to do, and this is a part you stayed for, so pay attention closely. If you have a 2013 D Roosevelt dime anywhere in your possession, the first thing you want to look at is the obverse, the side with Roosevelt's portrait, specifically along the jawline and along the bottom edge of the letters in Liberty. You are looking for any sign of a shadow, a ghost image, a secondary line running parallel to the primary design elements. You do not need professional equipment to start. A strong magnifying glass, a steady hand, and good natural light will show you enough to know whether this coin deserves a closer look from a certified numismatist. The date area is your second checkpoint. Look for any doubling in the numerals of 2013. And if you see something that does not look quite right, do not spend that coin. Do not roll it. Get it certified by PCGS or NGC before you make any decisions. Finding this specific coin in your change would not just be a lucky moment. It would be the moment that everything changed. And if today gave you something real, something most people who watch 10 coin videos a week will never actually learn, then subscribe to Coin Next Vault and hit the bell icon right now. Because what is coming to this channel is going to be worth every single notification you receive. And after this, go watch our video on the 1970 S small date Lincoln cent. That coin is still out there in circulation. And the person who finds the next one might be someone who watched that video first.